Hello there, guys and girls, and welcome to StarCraft Tuesdays. Here we are. It's Tuesday, so it's the day for StarCraft. Today I'm playing on Metalopolis. This is like one of the older maps from Wings of Liberty. And I'm playing against my opponent here. His name is Player. He's a Terran. He spawned, I guess, at the bottom right, this would be called. And I spawned at the top left. Now, I do play as Protoss. I guess the first kind of thing that pops into my mind, or the thing that I think I need to tell you guys, is like my rank or my division. I am I would say, borderline platinum gold player. When I first bought Heart of the Storm like a few weeks ago, I used to play Wings of Liberty in the past, and I was actually diamond then. But when I bought this game again and I got placed, I was placed into platinum. But then I kind of fell down to silver somehow, and then made my way back into gold the same day, and now I'm in gold, trying to get back into plat. So that's a little bit of history there. So he's actually scouting. I'm going to go for kind of like a stalker heavy opener, so I'm not really too worried about scouting. Terran generally against Protoss, especially given that he's just scouted me. I'm thinking, okay, well, he's most likely going to open up with a Reaper maybe and try to get an expansion early. But he's just gonna go for a barracks, supply depot, pretty standard. And basically, like, for me, PvT is actually my best matchup. You can see double gas there at 15 means that I am, if he is scouting me, that I'm either gonna, like, proxy something or create lots of stalkers early game. But anyway, yeah, PvT is probably my best matchup. I get the most win rate, and really it's because mostly of the proxy oracle play. Like, on this map, it's kind of difficult because you kind of have to scout for it first. But most of the time, it'll be like here, or sometimes even on the opposite base. And you can get an oracle in and just destroy like 7 or 6 SCVs and maybe a few marines, and you basically win the game. So here's the gateway. I've got a cybernetics on the way. Chrono boosting everything into the pro production at this point. I think I will chrono boost my first stalker maybe. So the build I'm trying, you can see it adds a second gateway before the cybernetics core finishes. And by the time this guy is at like 50%, a stalker will start from this gateway. And then both of them will create 2 more stalkers. So you'll have 3 stalkers early on. So my opponent here is actually getting double gas. He's got 3 workers on 1. So I don't know. This is kind of a weird build. He puts another barracks. So maybe like something like starport play maybe, but there's no factory. Like it's weird. Anyway, he is, I think, a platinum. I checked his profile. So this is rather weird. He does have an SCV just kind of chilling out here. And again, you can see the first stalker finishes. And then I got here 2 gates. This one finishes just about a little bit late, and then 2 more come in. So the stalkers are really just like they're a good tool to scout the map, especially at the beginning of the game in this early stage in PvT. He places a bunker in a rather defensive position. I guess he's looking at me. He's scouting that I haven't expanded. So for him, it's looking like some kind of 3-gate pressure maybe, but it's really not that. I'm just getting some stalkers to kind of prevent him from taking map control, and mainly prevent him from expanding. You can see here that this bunker has already finished. With 3 stalkers, you might be able to take out a bunker if you micro carefully, especially if it only has marines in it. So here's his factory now. He is definitely going to probably add on a starport. At least that is what I would have thought if I saw the gases. But you can see here I've scouted all the positions with the 3 stalkers, and I've got this, one of these is a probe. The other he's got minerals. This is bad. Not proxy pylon, just kind of like a forward. I'm not really planning to put lots of pressure on. I'm just going to kind of poke forward here with my stalkers. I'm going to go up the ramp, and there's a bunker, so I'm like, okay, bye. This is all I need to do. I'm just going to kind of chill here. And that's going to allow me to prevent him from taking an expansion, and I'm going to have a nexus behind that. So this is kind of a risky play, I guess. If the given that he didn't get an expansion, his starport would have already been in production if he played a little bit quicker. And look at that, it is right there. So I still have a few minutes, or maybe 2 minutes, in StarCraft time to kind of survive. So I'm instantly gonna drop a robotics bay, and I'm gonna try to make some observers. And I think I'm gonna also make another cool unit, but we'll take a look at that here in a little bit. So some of the logic of what I'm doing here is that in PvT, the Protoss player actually has somewhat of an advantage in the early game because your stalkers beat Marines quite easily. And if you've got like 2 or 3 stalkers, you can even micro around Marauders. So it's, because they're not that many in number, right? When there's like 1 Marauder and a few Marines, you can easily micro around that. And sentries really do help. But then like around like I would say the 9-10 minute mark, going to like maybe 15 until the Protoss can really establish a third and get his tech running, it's kind of hard for Protoss to do anything because like look at me now, I've got a forge, I have to add more gateways, I'm starting my blink, and if I wanted to transition into Colossus right as this finished, I would have been making it. Right as the robotics bay, robotics facility was finished, I would have be making a robotics bay, and then that would take even more time. So like yeah, from 9 to like 15 minutes, the Protoss can't really be that aggressive unless he's going with some kind of like 2 base all-in build, which is very risky against Terran. So I'm thinking, okay, I just need to like make unit, and look, I'm just doing sentry and stalker because he hasn't really pushed down yet. And stalkers allow me to kind of run away if he does have any kind of drop play coming my way, and I can get to my base quicker than say zealots. And sentries are always nice because they give me 2 options. One, I can, if he kind of moves down with a huge force, I can force field it. But this isn't something big. I don't need to take an engagement here and waste energy. But I think I will, do I? Let's see. Yeah, I'll just drop a couple of force fields and a guardian shield and run away. I don't need to like commit entirely. I'm gonna warp in some zealots, and these zealots are gonna actually push him back. So yeah, probably not super good there on my part. I should not have taken that engagement, but because of this, I was making a war prism. I don't know if you noticed on the production tab, and my +1 and blink are just about to finish. So this guy is gonna allow me to either blink up if I want to, or I can do the little cute thing where I can fill this up with sentries and then drop in his main and force field his own ramp and then kill him. But you can see he's getting lots of barracks now, and his expansion is morphing into a planetary fortress. And I see this with my observer, and I'm not really that worried. I'm gonna try to force a cancel maybe on these and stop them, and indeed he cancels them. This is really good. It gives me some more time. You can see I've got, I think, a total of 5 gateways now. Yeah, my blink is finished, my +1 is finished. And I'm now going to apply some war prism pressure. And this is the point when the Terran starts to kind of get out of hand if you don't like keep taps on him. You can see he's got turrets everywhere, so a DT would have been a bad choice for me. So I'm just going to warp in 4 zealots, and here they come. They're going to come into this mineral line. They're going to get a few kills. Do they? Oh man, this is so bad. What am I doing? A move! A move! Oh no! Looks like I was looking somewhere else. At least his army moved back, right? So I'm gonna move in here. I see it's a planetary fortress and it's looking tough, so I just take a third. Like, he's far behind now at this stage in the game, even though I didn't really do damage with my zealots. Look at this. Mining time is... He lost some mining time, and look, he moved all of his workers down here to these mineral patches. And I think I made another observer. Yeah, I have 2 observers now, and the war prism has it's transformed magically into this scouting unit. Charge is coming up, +2 is coming up, and now I add my robotics bay. And this is a pretty late robotics bay, all things considered. And I'm just building it in case he manages to kind of kill all this, which he can't. Like, if you look at his army, he can't really kill my my army with his units. So he's gonna load up. This is something that most Terrans will do when they're behind, but the observer is perfectly placed. I see the drop, and I'm going to move some of my stalkers up to this base here in a little bit, I think. Maybe warp in. Yeah, I'm going to warp in some stalkers here. Sending these guys here. Killing this drop will win me the game. And again, I'm trying to kind of harass with some zealots. I'm just going to... This is a tiny little place for zealots to warp in here. They're going to warp in and start like doing damage, I think. So here he is. And hopefully this will distract him. Now, if he kept going up, I might have been in a little bit of trouble. I might have lost some probes. But he just kind of sits here. And look, now a big mistake. He's going to come back and look at all these stalkers. They're going to kill those medevacs. And meanwhile, zealots are kind of doing damage. I go for the turret. Just, it doesn't really matter what these guys do here, because that's going to give me time to pull back all my troops. See that all his army, or the remainder of his army, kind of just ran back into his main, and then he's going to come down. And that gives me time to kind of come here and get the ramp. And with the stalkers now in play and +2 finish, +3 on the way, Colossus coming. He's in trouble now. So you can see he doesn't have any upgrades on his units. I probably should have maybe started targeting these SCVs, but like it didn't matter. +2 stalkers against unupgraded Terran units are great, and there's lots of zealots here with charge. So this was a really good game. Like this is really the best that you're gonna probably catch me playing on ladder. GG. To my opponent, and yeah, that's it. That is the game. You can see I was adding 3 more gateways and just kind of preparing to transition it to just late game play with 8 gates, and I probably would have added another robotics. But yeah, PvT is really my best matchup. Look at him, he was going crazy on the turrets. He was like, look at how much turrets my War Prism forced out of him. And he was actually getting double upgrades with his engineering debate, but it was too late. Too much damage was done that day. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this game of StarCraft. If you would like to see more StarCraft on the channel, please leave a like and a thumbs up. And I do stream, I'm streaming StarCraft a lot recently, like in the evenings, so follow me on Twitch in the description below if you'd like to see some live stuff. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Take care.